Good morning or good afternoon, everyone, for wherever you're tuning in from and whatever time of day you're watching this. I'm Monica. I'm the Purple Box Organizer. I'm a home coach, a professional organizer, and a certified life coach. I help you prioritize personal, household, and professional goals to declutter your home, business, your schedule, and your mind. Working together, we will create a social media plan that you're excited about, a workflow that fits your needs, and a step-by-step plan to follow, leading you in the direction that you want to go. I specialize in helping you define business routines you feel confident in keeping and encourage you to be brave and follow through with your plan. I'm able to coach you on your mindset to help you choose your emotion and perspective on you and in your business. I'm a wife to my wonderful husband, Ian, and I'm a mom to three cute kids. Brighton's 12, Jaden's 8, and Braylon is 4, who is about to break into the office currently. I also teach dance at a local studio a couple times each week, and then I love spending time with my family. I do like Oreos. That's one of my favorite go-to treats. And yes, my very favorite color is purple. Right, so I like to do these co-working sessions and offer them for you to be able to schedule them into your week and be able to have some information to go off of and use that in your business. So we're going to start today actually with a little bit of a mindset that I was thinking about this morning. I was thinking about these notes, and I've actually had these notes at the very front of my notebook that I use for my business, but I just didn't know in what form I would use that in. And then this morning I was listening to a podcast that was kind of talking about the same subject, talking about energy. And so I thought, you know what? It's time. It's time to talk about this subject. And I know this comes up a lot for some of us in our businesses. And it's the subject of, what do I do when I'm not signing clients? What do I do when it's kind of quiet and I don't have any clients to serve? Okay, so here is what to do if you are struggling to sign clients. I want you to first just take a small step back, right? We don't need to panic. We're just going to take a step back and kind of look at what we've done. I want you to think of all the ways that you've acquired clients before, any ways you've acquired them in the past. Okay, so I want you to take a minute right now and list them out, whether that was social media or your email list or a networking event, or you passed out flyers. Whatever those ways were, I want you to just take a minute and make some notes of what that looked like. Okay, now I want you to think of your 3 favorite clients that you've ever serviced. Think of those 3 clients and write their name down. Okay. Now, as you serviced those clients, I want you to think about, what kind of energy did you bring to those sessions when you were serving them? And I want you to name it. Was it excitement? Was it determination? Whatever that energy was, however that felt to you, I want you to name it and write that down. Now I want you to expand on that. Why did it feel exciting, or why did you feel determined? What were you helping them accomplish that helped you feel these? Or what were your thoughts that helped you feel these feelings? And write those out. So take about 2 minutes to do that. Okay, now you have this list of proof for you of things that you've already done, people that you've serviced, and some of your favorite ones, the feeling that you've had and the energy that you've had when you've serviced them, and ways that you've helped them, or thoughts that you've had about when you've serviced them. So these are things to tap into, and I want you to do that when you're trying to get more interest and be able to sign more clients. Okay. We want to remember that interest is almost a yes, right? Somebody is interested in services that you offer. Somebody is interested in the way that you're talking about your message, or in your personality, the vibe that you're putting out. So think of any interest as it's an almost yes. It's almost a yes. Okay. It doesn't mean it's going to be a yes, and we don't want to attach ourselves so much to the fact that it could be or isn't, but we want to tie ourselves to the idea that it could be. If it's not, we're going to release it and let it go, and then we're going to move on. Grab those lists again. Okay, what's the energy I want to use again? I want you to tap into that energy every time you go to social media to share your message, especially every time you go to make your offer. And if we tap into that energy, it's going to come across to our potential clients as a great energy and exciting to work with you, instead of like you're coming from a place that's like is comparison to other people, or you're worried, or you have a scarcity feeling. That's going to put up a whole different vibe in your post than if you're coming at it from being excited or feeling say motivated or productive or proud of the work that you do, proud of being able to share the message that you're sharing. Okay. All right, so make sure I got all my notes that I wanted to say. If you're hearing no, for heaven's sake, don't stop sharing your offers. Okay. If Target or Walmart don't get the return, like they wanted to on a specific sale or a commercial, like they don't stop having commercials, right? They don't stop having sales. They keep sharing what they have to offer, and maybe they just discount it a little bit more. I'm not saying you have to do that, but they keep sharing what they have to sell to sell. Okay, so do that as well. Okay, now let's move into our actual work for today. Okay, but I want you to keep those handy so that you have that to go to. And it's helpful to tap into that energy each time you go to post, each time you go to make an offer. Kind of say some affirmations. I've got this, I can do this, I've helped clients before, I know what I'm doing. And then you just go for it. I promise you, you'll come off with like a really energetic and professional attitude that people are going to be drawn to and want to work with. Okay. All right. So, number one today, let's do this one. Okay, so we're going to fill in the blank. You're going to say, want to know what I use in my home for organization. Now you could like word this a little bit differently if you want. It doesn't have to be these exact words. You could say, want to know what I use in my home to organize my pantry or my kitchen or my bathroom cabinet, like however you want to be specific. But then you're going to give 3 examples of ways that you keep that organized or ways that you organize that space. So I just did it very general. Want to know what I use in my home for organization? I put bins that fit the space, whatever space that would be. Turntables to easily see a handful of products. And designated homes for everyday items. Now I might play with the order of that a little bit. I might put designated homes first. But just come up with 3 different things that you can share that fit with this. So let's take let's say 5 minutes for this, and if we need a little bit more time we could do that, but let's do 5 minutes. Here we go. Okay. All right, let's move on to the second prompt. You're going to say, if organizing doesn't sound fun, try these X tips. And you can say however many tips you want to come up with. If organizing doesn't sound fun, try these 6 tips. You get to fill in whatever number that you come up with. So, as an example, I put play music while you work, choose a reward for when you're done, Zoom with a friend or coach and chat as you go, remember the outcome that you want, celebrate your accomplishments, start with a small space to get a quicker result, and track your progress in a motivating way. So those are just a couple of ideas. So let's take another, let's do 5 minutes and try to just kind of brain dump what you would like to put. And then you can choose like the ones, yes, I want to keep these. How many are those? And you can plug in that number. 5 minutes and go. Okay, you ready for our last one? The last prompt is, when my clients work with me, they get results like bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. So you're going to get 1, 2, and 3. When my clients work with me, they get results like 1, 2, and 3. And you're going to fill in those blanks. And then after those blanks, you're going to say, if you're ready for this in your home, or if you're ready for these kinds of results in your home, let's take action. And then you're going to give your offer. So let's take another 5, and I want you to fill in what those 1, 2, and 3 are. So let me read it one more time. When my clients work with me, they get results like 1, 2, and 3. And then after you list those, if you're ready for these kinds of results in your home, let's take action. And then give your offer. So 5 minutes and try to list those out, and specify what your offer is going to be that you're going to give. Okay. Oops, I forgot to unmute myself. All right, I never claim to be perfect, that's for sure. You just get me. I'm just me. All right, so let me know when you're working on these if you have any questions, if you need me to clarify, if you need some more ideas. If you want to post it and tag me, or post it and just say, message me on the side and say, hey, I just posted this. So that way I can come to your post or your stories and give you some love. I can share some things that you're doing, or I can make comments and like it and make sure we're helping you with engagement too. So that's kind of fun to be able to support one another. So I want you to remember what we talked about in the very beginning, that interest is almost a yes. I want you to notice the ways that people are showing interest, right? It's not just asking about your services. Maybe they show interest on your social media by liking what you're putting out, making comments. Maybe they're sharing some of your information. They're asking questions. They're getting on a consult call and asking about your prices. Just because somebody asks a question and maybe even questions what you're doing or why you're doing it, or that's dumb or whatever, it can reaffirm exactly why you made that decision. Okay, well, why do I have my price that way? Because I am valuable. My time and my expertise are very valuable and worth that price. And that's why I said it there. I want to be working for the people that are going to say yes to that price, and not working for the people who are trying to wheel and deal and just get the cheapest option. That's not going to be my ideal client, because that's not going to be the great personality that I'm going to want to be working with. So stick to that energy of why you chose the things that you did and set those boundaries in your business. Stick with that energy that you want, that you had working with those 3 clients, because that energy is a whole lot more fun to work in and live in than the other energy where you're just like stuck or feeling defeated or in comparison or scarcity, like we talked about before. So I'll quickly want to share one story with you. And this is just something that I want to try to remember in my life too. So a couple months back, we were having some major car troubles with our van, and they just kept happening. And we kept thinking, like, this is for sure the last thing, for sure the last thing that's going to happen, and we'll fix it, and then it will last much longer, because we weren't in a place to think about a new car. And we knew for our family of 3, like, we needed a minivan. We need the slidey doors because kids open the door and smack, and we live in the Seattle area. And so the parking spaces are typically very, very small and skinny. So the slidey doors was a thing, but we also wanted some room, cargo room, to be able to put the kids and then stuff in the back so we can go visit my family in Utah. So we were looking around and we kind of had an idea of like, okay, this is the car that we want when we get to that point. But we kept having car troubles, kept having car troubles. And so we were to the point where I think like it was losing radiator fluid. That's probably what was happening. And I couldn't go very far without it having a problem. So before I would leave, I would have to, and we were just filling it with water at that point, because the radiator fluid and the coolant are like super expensive. And so we didn't want that to be just basically leaking out. We're just pouring it all over the street. So we would fill it with water, go to the thing, turn off the car, and then once it cooled down, I would fill it again, and then we could get back home. And so we were just trying to drive it like the least amount possible. So then we finally thought, okay, this is on its last legs. We're going to go get the car that we want, which was a Kia Carnival. Beautiful car, so excited. We wanted a specific model because we couldn't afford the top model, but it still had things that we would want, still had things that would make it nice for our family, and we wanted it in a specific color. Now, of course, we talked to a couple of different salespeople, and some of them are like, yeah, totally, we can get what you want. Others are like, doom and gloom. We never know when they're coming in, and you just are going to get what you get. And this other guy was like, well, we only get an allotment, and it's just going to kind of be a surprise of what we get. And I was like, okay. So we had to kind of choose, like, which school of thought do we want to go with? Do I want to sit in doom and gloom of like, I'm never going to get the car that I want. It's going to be like 3 years and we're going to be dealing with this crappy car for forever. Or do I want the school of thought that like, I'm going to get exactly what I wanted because I am lucky and everything works out in my favor. And I had just had um, like this lucky girl thing that my coach had put together, and it was really fun. So just the thought of like, I knew I wanted to live in the energy of like, everything's going to work out. This is kind of like crappy the way it is right now. And literally on St. Patrick's Day, it died. The battery died also. And so it's like a whole thing. But I still was just living in that energy of like, you know what? Everything's going to work out. And wouldn't you know, a week later, they were calling us with the exact model, the exact color that we wanted, and we got it at the price that my husband wanted to pay for, which was not easy to do either. So I just want to pass that on to you that I know it's not easy to live in that space of like, oh, I have no clients right now. It's totally fine. Like that can make you worry and that can make you like, what do I need to do? But living in that energy just is not fun, and it's not going to produce the things that you want to have happen. But living in the mode of like, you know what? Everything's going to be fine, and I know exactly what to do to get more clients. It's going to feel better, and it most likely will be able to reproduce what you've done in the past to get clients. So I want to just leave that with you. So, if you liked this co working session, I want to invite you to join my professional organizers accelerator mastermind. We are on round 2 and we just barely started on Monday. So there's plenty of time for you to hop in. You'll get immediate access to that recording and then you can join us on the live calls. So let me pull up my sales thing here so I don't miss anything. So it's exactly like this. You get content ideas on the call. We do co-working time. Then at the end, I also open it up for open coaching so that you can ask questions on like, I'm worrying about this, or I'm struggling with this, and we can help you work through that. It's very powerful to be able to move past that or work through it so you can get back to your life and get back to your business. It's a 3-month group membership, so you get 12 calls altogether. Even if you could never make it to any of the live calls, you can get all the recordings. Then you also have Marco Polo access to me throughout the week so that you can ask questions, get clarification, get feedback, and I get to cheer you on. All of this lives in a private Facebook community. The calls are about 45 minutes to an hour, and the entire membership, all of these things that you get is $225. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to me. You can reply to any of my emails that you get, or just message me on social media and email me directly, whatever you'd like, so that you can talk to me about if this would be a good fit for you. I will see you next week, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.